Well, it looks like I'm going to do another take for uh, this video since the first take didn't work very well. This has to do with Canadian teams in the NHL. Now, as you all know, most Canadian NHL teams have been struggling. I mean, they're not doing very well. They lost a few games. In Vancouver, they've had their share of problems. And then we have Ottawa. They're struggling too. So it does not look good for Canadian teams trying to make the playoffs. Then you have Calgary, then Edmonton, then there's the Winnipeg Jets. Now I don't know how they're doing. And the Montreal Canadiens. And Montreal, out of all these teams, I think Montreal's doing better. And I think they'll make the playoffs as well, too. But I don't know about the Winnipeg Jets. I don't know how they're doing. But most Canadian teams, they have not done very well since Montreal has won a Stanley Cup almost over 20 years ago when they beat the Los Angeles Kings. I think 1993, Patrick Waugh was playing, and some other players too. Wayne Gretzky was on the LA Kings, of course, and of course other players too. Too numerous to mention. But yeah, since then, most Canadian teams have struggled to win a Stanley Cup. Hopefully, Montreal this year, with the lineups of Carey Price and PK Subban, do it for Montreal. But Carey Price is out with an injury. It's all up to PK Subban now to rally up the troops and get off into the postseason and win some games. And hopefully win the Stanley Cup. But most American teams, NHL teams, have been dominant thus far, winning a lot of Stanley Cups. Just last year, the Chicago Blackhawks won their Stanley Cup. And then the season before last season, the LA Kings won. So mostly the Stanley Cup has remained south of the border. Now let's see if Montreal can find a way to get the Stanley Cup north of the border here in Canada. But that's unlikely to happen. It has to do with the player selection and the coaching staff. I mean, this John Tortorella used to coach the Rangers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now coach of the Vancouver Canucks. I have to say that he hasn't really done very well coaching. But we'll see if Vancouver can win some games. But with the schedule about to close, it's going to be very tough. They're probably playing some tough teams to end their season. And that's going to be a real uphill battle. But for all, most Canadian teams have not done very well, really. But Ottawa is struggling too. They've had issues, and Calgary and Edmonton are in the rebuilding phase. That's got to tell you something right there. The progress of Canadian NHL teams. That's it for now.